guess I'll have this nice romantic dinner with my aquarium and some delicious beer. Cheers.
Dude, what the f?
I'm Justman.
And I'm Warren.
And this is Brew You. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. And we wanted to give a little shout out to you guys who have already subscribed to our channel with just one video. So if you're new to this channel and you like seeing beer reviews or anything beer related, feel free to hit that subscription. If you want to see something in the future, feel free to hit that or make a comment or just give a like to show your support. So that being said, we are going to go ahead and review the Left Hand Brewing Company's Stout Nitro beer. Now, this is a beer that I came across when I was in Key West. It was actually on tap there and some of the bars, and it was just plentiful down there. It was insane. Being a Colorado brewery and being in Key West, Florida, it was just really neat to see something that was so unique down there. So we got lucky that this is actually distributed very well across, I don't know if it's across the United States, but at least the East Coast, because we get it here in Maryland. Pretty plentiful, it's regularly in stock. And I think we actually get some of the other beers that they actually do produce as well sometimes. So that's really cool. And like I said, I introduced a lot of my friends to this. I introduced Warren to it, and he seems to really like it a lot too. So, but Warren is going to go ahead and give you guys a little bit of a backbone, a backstory about what this brewing company has come from and why they are here. So
yeah. So Left Hand Brewing Company is an independent brewer. They actually are a certified independent brewing company in the U.S. They've been around for about 30 years, founded in Longmont, Colorado by two Air Force buddies who both had a passion for brewing their own beer. And
maybe one day.
Yeah, exactly. And they turned it into a full-fledged company. So, you know, they have a full line of beers, including this Stout Nitro. They also have a full line of IPAs, pale ales, amber ales, flavored seltzers, you name it. They have something that you might like, or anything you could think of that they would put into a beer, they probably got it in one. This by far is our favorite, no doubt about it. Left Hand Nitro, Left Hand Brewing Company in general, is actually the first company that has ever made a commercially available nitrogenated beer that does not have any sort of external device that adds nitrogen into the beer.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
It is.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, most beer is carbonated, meaning it contains carbon dioxide, which gives it the foaminess and the bite that you would normally associate with beer or with a, like say a Coke, you know, really highly caffeinated soda. Nitrogen, on the other hand, is added into the beer, and because it's less sublimated than carbon dioxide, it forms much smaller bubbles in the beer, and this creates a much smoother, creamier texture while still having that carbonated effect when you drink it. So
yeah, which makes it perfect for that stout and those porters that you see. And that's why I always feel compelled to get that nitro whenever I go into a brewery or something, because it's always really good.
Yeah.
So the other cool thing is, like, we've had this before, so maybe one day we'll get into some of these beers that we haven't had yet, but I like to think we like to drink a lot of beer. So, but the coolest thing about this is when you pour it, it's beautiful. I like the way it pours better than even Guinness.
Absolutely. And there's no wrong way to pour this beer because they recommend you pour it hard, which means straight down.
Yep.
There is no tip, there is no pour. It's just you tip it and you go. And that's the way to do it. That's the best way to get the best result from this beer into a glass. And it is absolutely beautiful.
So I think we only get this in bottles, right? Here?
No, we actually do get it in cans as well.
Oh, here? Okay, so looks like they distribute this in bottles and cans, but we always pick it up in bottles.
It seems to be what's readily available to us.
It just seems like, we have had those other ones out of the cans, and I think I like the bottle version a little bit better. So you want to go ahead and get into pouring this out and seeing what it looks like in the cup and all that good stuff?
Absolutely.
So let's do it, guys.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at this and see what we got. So this is our bottle of Left Hand Nitro Milk Stout.
Let's try it out. That nice crack. I love it. It has like a different sound as you crack this open. It's not like the normal carbonated beers.
So as always, With the Nitro, hard pour. No finesse required.
And just like Warren, we're gonna hard pour this. Hopefully it doesn't go over this glass, as I am using that Yingling glass that we used last episode. And I just love that pour.
It's beautiful. So with a Nitro beer, again, compared to a carbonated beer, the bubbles are much smaller, so the end result is a much smoother drink overall.
It does have a nice, good aroma. It's got a really nice coffee-ish smell to it, and it does have that milky smell to it as well. And I think that's part of it, what makes it that creaminess. Not only the Nitro contributes to that, but the actual milk stout part of it does help contribute to make it that nice coffee milky taste. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this and
So immediately, this kind of beer, you're going to taste a lot of coffee, very rich flavors, almost like a dark chocolate. With any stout, you're going to have these kinds of flavors, but overall, it's a very smooth, very filling, full flavored beer, almost to the point where you can make a meal out of this. So very delicious.
man, that is one smooth beer. I can't, like, you guys have got to try this beer.
So it does have somewhat of a significant head on there. As you can see, very small bubbles, very thick foam.
This is one of my mostly highly recommended beers to get. It just makes for a really great dinner beer. I think Warren actually mentioned that this is a dinner in its own, and I actually have to agree with him. I really think this is probably one of my favorite ones that we actually do drink together. So I gotta take another swig of this. So I'm gonna have to rate this. I'm gonna rate this. I'm hard on this. I'm gonna give it an 8.7. I'm actually gonna give it that just a notch under the 9, just because I don't know if there is a perfect beer out there, but this is damn close. I do highly recommend this one if you guys have the chance to actually taste this beer, especially on tap. I think the reason why I give it that 8.7 is because I have tasted it on tap, and it is much better on tap. Out of the bottle, it's still really good, and I think they do a good job of doing a nitro in a bottle without that extra nitrogen ball. Not quite sure what we called it earlier, but it's literally a nitrogen ball. So if I got this out of the tap, I'd probably rate it a 9, but out of the bottle, I'm gonna give that 8.7 because it's not quite the same as it was out of that tap, but it's still a really good beer, and I do highly recommend this beer, and it's probably one of my top beers around this area.
This beer is definitely on a higher caliber than we would say for Yingling. So for this beer, I'm gonna rate it a 9 out of 10. This is definitely a treat for me. I know Jasmine enjoys this beer a lot as well. This is a very delicious beer. It's easy to drink. It's about 6% alcohol, so it's definitely gonna get you where you wanna go. But overall, it's a very easy to drink beer. If you like stouts, if you like porters, this is an awesome drink. It's not that expensive. It's very smooth. It goes down well. It'll pair with red meats as well. So if you like to drink beer with your dinner, that's always a great choice.
So we're gonna go ahead and give this a rating of 8.7. We're gonna start going with the lowest common denominator between, both of our ratings. So I guess we'll go with my rating on this one. It doesn't disclude this beer. It's got a really good rating from us because this is one of our favorite beers. If you have a chance to pick it up, I would strongly suggest doing that. You won't be let down if you like porters and stouts.
Mm-hmm. Especially nitros like Guinness or this.
So if you guys are enjoying the channel and enjoyed the video, please hit that subscription button, hit that, leave us that comment, maybe suggest a beer for us to try out like we said in the last video. Give us that like at the least, and if you don't like it, hit that dislike and give us a little bit of feedback and criticism to how we can improve our videos and be a better channel. So
Absolutely. So we enjoy doing this, and we hope you guys enjoy watching us taste these beers. Again, if there's anything you want to see that maybe you found that you think is interesting, let us know. We'll try it out.
All right. Peace out, guys.
Later.